here are the levels of AI implementation when it comes to having a business. And so fundamentally, if you're a business owner and you're thinking about implementing AI to your business, I think it would make sense to understand which bucket you are in, first of all. And then when you orient it on which bucket it is, then understanding which level you are at. And so if you can do that, you can create a better AI roadmap. So let me get started. I think bucket number one, where most companies are right now, is non-AI. I mean, this is just means that the company is not really using AI strategically. It doesn't have systems set up, and so I would actually put using ChatGPT or Claude, the browser version, into the non-AI bucket because it just helps a little bit, but just using it in the browser with no connection to your laptop or any other tools is just a better search tool. And so whenever I talk to clients or potential clients, often they say, oh yeah, we use ChatGPT or Claude in the browser, but most of the times the use cases are similar to a search engine. And so the output is just essentially a better search engine. And so bucket number two is what I would call AI empowered. And I think this has three levels. And so the level one would be using an agentic coding tool such as Claude Code or Codex or Grok Build. The most common one is going to be Claude Code. But essentially, the reason why this is level one and is different from using a browser-based chat app like ChatGPT or Claude in the browser is because it has access to your computer. And so you can now edit files or create files, and that is just a huge empowerment. Level two is where you have connectors set up. And so what we would call is purpose-built software, such as like Gmail, Notion, Google Sheets, or like your CRM tool, which can be Klaviyo or HubSpot or whatever else. And so now Claude have access to all those tools and can do things when you ask it to do. You can ask it to schedule a meeting with someone and it can add it to your Google Calendar, or you can ask it to send an email, it can do all those. So now you had level one, which was access to your computer and looking at your files, reading those files and editing those files. Now on top of that, you can, at level two, you can ask it, hey, take this file from my downloads and send it to my colleague via Gmail. And that's where you actually provide or create custom tools with AI. And so level two was like purpose-built tools that, let's say, Google built, but let's say your company, let's think about, for example, CRM, which is a department could be in your company, and you want to create 2 emails per week to send to your list. And so there are not really purpose-built tools for this to create the emails itself, and it needs to know your company design and your company tone. So this is where you can use AI to actually build those custom tools for yourself that actually knows your company, knows the design, the copywriting. And this is stuff that we, for example, do at DataZen. And so why this unlocks level three is because in your workflows, you can customize things and do much more things with AI. Because if you think of the same idea that we were saying, at level one, you can create like a document, but that's it, and then you will have to share it with your colleagues. At level two, it can create that document and then share it. And then at level three, you can automate even more workflows. You can create an email that you are going to send out to your audience, and it can even upload it to Klaviyo if you're using that. And so those are the three levels in AI empowered. And I think companies that call themselves AI native would be often in this section. And so let's talk a little bit about bucket number three, which is AI native, which is like true AI native. And I think this is where a lot of companies want to be, but not yet are. And I think getting here does take time. I think realistically 6 to 24 months. But the difference between bucket two, which is AI empowered, and AI native, I think the easiest is that in AI native, you would have like a full shadow department for things where AI is already doing all of the workflows. And so the difference between level three of AI empowered versus level one of AI native is that you already have all the connectors. You already have access to the computer. It has access to the tools such as Gmail and Notion. and then it have access to custom built tools for your specific workflows. But in AI empowered bucket, um, bucket 2, level 3, it's always a human triggering any sort of workflow. The AI on its own is dormant, it doesn't do anything. And then in bucket 3, when it's AI native, the AI is already running workflows. It knows that twice a week it needs to create this and that email. It goes ahead and creates that. It might look at a competitor intelligence tool, which we have also created, and then looks at, okay, competitors were sending these emails. This is an interesting concept. Let me remake that for our company, in our design, in our tone, and let me present this to the human, to the head of CRM, as, hey, like for next week, this seems to be a great idea to send. I already made the email. Do you approve it? Yes or no? And so the AI becomes so much more proactive in AI native versus in AI empowered, it's fully reactive. Like a human starts it up and the AI reacts. By an AI native, you make it fully proactive. It turns on based on its own tools or any other like heartbeat, and does a lot of things automatically. And humans sit on top of it more like an approving process. And this just frees up so much time for the humans to put in on higher leverage tasks and strategy and all those other things. So those are the different buckets that I think of when it comes to AI. And I think realistically it's a 6 to 24 month transformation. But let me know which one you guys think you are in, and if you have a roadmap to get to the end. Thanks.